And what I'm doing right now is, from all the things that Benjamin Graham taught to the things Warren Buffett had to live and implement to lessons from Charlie Munger. All right. So what Dr. Linda Padua is doing right now is luckily I'm a millennial. All right. So what I'm doing right now is using the power of the internet, social media, and all of these things at our beck and call right now to educate the people of my generation on the methodology that has been discovered on how to invest in the stock market. All right. So despite all this knowledge being available, what is really happening is that a lot of people are still speculating in the stock market, meaning they are not following a method. It's just like, hey, ahead of this stock, like, do you know how many times I've gone somewhere and somebody will be like, hey, what do you have to say about Nvidia? And I'm like, yeah, what do you want me to say about Nvidia, right? Because maybe they just had one popular stock. Nvidia is a stock that became so popular in 2024. All right. So and before then, there are other stocks. They come and they go. They come and they go. Right. And what happens is that once people hear about that, once they hear about that, what do you call it now? About that prominent stock or very popular stock, everybody's buying it. Everybody's buying it. And what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Sooner or later, the stock is going to drop in price. Even if it's still a good stock, you may just have bought it too pricey, too expensive, that it will end up not making money. As Warren Buffett would say, he would say, a good company can still be a lousy investment if you buy the stocks of that company very, very high, very, very expensive. It can still turn out to be a bad investment, even though the company you are buying is a good company. As of when I'm making this video, that is what is happening with a lot of people when they are buying Nvidia. All right. I'm just using that for example. Remember, irrespective of what I'm saying now, the situation can change tomorrow. You get so a good company, for example, can become sold for a reasonable price. Anyway, the summary of it is that a lot of people in the stock market are still speculating. Tumbom, that's how they describe it, right? Ping pong, however you want to describe it, they're still speculating. And that is why people are feeling like stock market is a gambling ground and that when you put your money there, you're likely to lose it. True, because you are speculating. If you've been invested in stock before you saw this video, the question I have for you is, take a look inside. Do you really know what you're doing? It's a personal question. Do you really know what you're doing? You bought this stock, you bought this, but do you really know why you're buying those stocks? Or you bought them because a friend said it's a good stock to buy. A neighbor said it's a good stock to buy. Somebody made money buying that same stock last year. Somebody you saw on social media was talking about that stock. Is that why you bought the stock? Or you bought the stock because you looked at it, you looked at the business, you looked at their report, you looked at everything they are doing, you looked at their history. Financial report, history of the financial report to see that, oh, this is a wonderful business, and then you bought it. Which of that most likely happened? For a lot of people who will come across this video, I would bet that the first one is what happened. You heard it from a friend, you heard it on TV, and then you bought, or something similar. Most people are still speculating in the stock market. That is why the stock market is now looked at as something that as a playground for gambling, but it doesn't have to be so. There is a better approach. So, what is the better approach to the stock market? A better approach is actually to learn how to invest in stocks before you start investing in stocks. Okay, I mean, it's sort of intuitive to learn how to invest in stocks before you start investing in stocks, right? And if you think of, I always give example with driving, right? If you're listening to this and you drive, or you know somebody who drive, remember, for most of those people, they didn't just get the key of a car, jumped into the car, and started driving, hoping that they will figure it out. Let me ask you a question. If somebody did that today, somebody does not know how to drive, they just get a key, enter the car, and start driving. What do you think is going to happen? Oh no, answer me, drop a comment. What do you think is going to happen if somebody does that? Think about it, take a moment, think about it. What somebody does not know how to drive, they just get car key, jump into the car and start driving. What do you think is going to happen? The answer is simple. They're going to have an accident. Yes, and that's what is happening to a lot of people in the stock market. They are getting accidents. And when I use the word accident, means they lose money, right? They are getting accidents, they are having accidents because they don't know how to invest in stocks. They don't know how to pick stocks, but everybody is picking stocks. Even see, so when I say this, some people will be like, I know the secret. The secret is to do index investing or invest in ETF, as some people have said, right? But even investing in doing index investing or investing in ETF require knowledge. If not, you either end up not making any money at all, or you will still lose money because you have gone to invest in the wrong exchange traded fund, which is shortened as ETF. So learn how to invest in stocks before you start investing in stocks.